are on our episode 10. I have my girl Yana with me tonight. She has a ton of information to get to you guys. She is a. Please tell them all the things that you do because I do not want to mess it up.
So I am, I'll say I'm a wellness expert. I'm a yoga instructor that works primarily with corporations or businesses. And I have my own business, Ayana Private Yoga, to work with those businesses. And I'm also a VP of brand and marketing for a health and wellness company that I'm just getting started. So.
Oh, wow. I didn't know about that. So we're going to get into all that. But before we get into everything that you have going on, I want us to talk about some bizarre news tonight. So we're going to kick the show off with some bizarre news. So I looked up some bizarre news for yoga, and let me tell you, there are some very strange forms of yoga. I mean, there's the regular naked yoga. There's weed yoga. It's called ganja yoga. Like you smoke while you're doing yoga. I would love to go do that. Let me start there. But the one that really enticed me was goat yoga. Have you ever heard of goat yoga?
I have.
You have?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. You heard of it?
Yeah, it's a thing. Goat yoga. I have never been. I think I might have seen a picture and it's just like goats in the room while people are doing yoga. Not my thing, but whatever.
Yeah, they said sometimes they nibble your mat, climb on you and give you a nuzzle, and that's all part of the therapy. Apparently goats are very loving. Don't goats spit at you? No, that's llamas.
Yeah, but I wouldn't put it past the goat.
So they ain't really all that cute and cuddly. They probably be in there spitting at people.
Yeah, like
you ain't doing it.
No, I'm definitely not going to a goat yoga class.
You don't even want to see what it be like.
No.
Nah.
I have done the ganja yoga. It's okay. Fun if you ever want to try that. Yeah, it's good time. But the goat yoga, I'm not doing that.
Well, what about doga?
Yoga. I've never heard of that.
Yoga.
Oh, I would try it. I'm not gonna lie. You see some people on Instagram doing yoga with their dogs. It's cute.
Yeah, that's what they said. They said people come with their dogs, and it's like a 2-part, class. As far as like you come with your dog, so it's 2 of you. You come as like a couple. So then they do the yoga that way. So they give yoga to you and your dog. And then another one I heard of was tantrum yoga.
Tantrum.
Yeah. Now, so I know Jewel, and she does laughter yoga. Mm-hmm. Right. So this is like the opposite of it, and it's like you go in there and you like scream and yell and you throw things as you do poses, and you take on the facade of your inner child.
Yeah. No.
No. You don't want to do it? You're not into it? It's not your thing?
See, some of these things, like, I really don't know how people or the thought process behind it. And like, I get it because yoga really brings out all these different emotions. The deeper that you get into it, because it's you and your body. But some of these ideas, I'm like, I can't see myself, okay, I'm about to enter into this and do poses and throw a tantrum at the same time because I'm trying to come to the mat to find like peace.
Yeah.
Like,
no, me too. I'm trying to go there to calm down. You don't need me to do tantrum yoga. I'm already insane. So I won't be doing that either. I would have to pass on that. But with playing with the animals, like I saw one where like a pig comes and walks on your back. I'm not into pigs, but the goats I might fuck with, and the dogs I would definitely go to yoga with a dog I enjoyed.
A dog that you enjoy. What's a dog that you don't enjoy? Why would you go with a dog that you don't enjoy?
Because some dogs be acting out. Like, I'm not trying to be in there telling my dog to be quiet and relax. Like, Please, just I want a dog that's gonna go in there and really do yoga, like, and not embarrass me in front of the class. That's just me though. And I
Oh
don't,
my
for
gosh.
some reason, I be around a lot of crazy dogs. So I just like trying to like shout out to Gizmo. I know Melquan's probably watching. Gizmo, I don't know how Gizmo was doing yoga. I don't know how Copper was doing yoga. Those are my friends' kids. I call them my nephews. Those are their dogs. So my nephews are a little crazy. I don't know how they were doing yoga, but I might bring one of them for the thrill. But those are the bizarre news that I found on yoga. So now let's get into what's the word on the street. I want to know what's the word on the street with you. So I think my first question would be, just what inspired you to get into yoga? Like, what made you say, this is what I want to spend maybe not spend your life. Maybe you don't want to do this your whole life, but like, what made you want to get into it and go into it full time?
Yeah. So you were actually around when I started doing yoga a little bit. The first time that I did yoga was in college, like just as an event. But then once I started getting into my fitness journey, there was a time I went to the gym and I injured my back. So I went to the chiropractor, and the chiropractor suggested that I, do yoga to heal myself. And so I went. There was like a studio nearby our old apartment, so I would go over there, and the classes were free. They had like beginner classes where you didn't have to pay money. Or it was like donation based. And the first class, I didn't give a donation. I was just like, it's like, I'm gonna just get in here and see what it's about. Yeah. And I don't know. Next thing I knew, I was going frequently, and so much so that the instructor, I remember one time, came up to me and she was like, you could try like the intermediate class. Like, you don't have to keep coming back to this beginner class. So I like took that as an indication, like, oh, I should, like explore, or like, I guess I'm getting like a little bit more advanced.
You're getting good at it. You're getting good at
it. So then I started doing that. But I really found that it gave me a sense of relief, right? So there were two things going on with me. One, I was working in marketing and advertising, and it was a really hectic lifestyle at times.
Yes, I remember.
It's a lot of work that goes into it sometimes. You go out with a client and you're out till like 10 at night, trying to wine and dine them and stuff. And then on top of that, I was also still going through, or maybe becoming a little bit more aware of my grief, because my mom had passed away the year before. Mm-hmm. So yoga was actually helping me, I guess, to realize, or to get in touch with that part of my journey. But then it was also, changing my demeanor at work, or how I approach things.
I was going to say, can we talk about the discipline that changed? Yeah. Because that's what I was around for. And I was around when you said, I'm going to get up at 5 a.m. and go to the gym. And would I tell you that you would get up at 5 a.m.? And then it was like, we're in our early 20s at this point. So we're like, I'm drunk every night, like just happy hour, living my best life. I was going to the gym, but sporadically, still how I still am. Honestly, it's just, I'm just such a sporadic person. It's hard for me to be consistent, but I do try to work out every day. But, at the time, it was like, it was so foreign to me that you would get up at 5 a.m. And I remember just waking up because you would be coming in the house as I'm like finally getting up to get ready for work. And you're like ready for your day. You done got your workout in, your breakfast is packed. And I'm just like, I can barely see. Like, I cannot even believe that you did all of these things. And we lived on a hill. So you would like walk down. We used to live in Harlem for the listeners, and you would walk down and go to the gym every morning at 5 a.m. It didn't matter if it was like hail, sleet, snow, like that's what you did. And you were just and you like stop drinking, you stop eating crazy. Like it didn't matter if I made like some bomb ass food. You were like, nope, that's not part of my diet today. If you make this on Sunday, I'll eat it, but not today. Like I was just like, wow. And it was just so admirable. Like you will discipline yourself. So how does that tie into your yoga practice?
It definitely, well, I will say if you keep up with a consistent yoga practice, there's like a discipline that comes with that. Mm-hmm. And just going through a practice in general, you have to be compassionate towards yourself. Because some of the things are very intricate or a little bit complicated. And so it takes time to work yourself into a particular pose. But also with that, there's like discipline in knowing, okay, I may not actually be able to do this today, right?
Yeah.
But if I keep practicing and having the mindset that you want to stay consistent with your practice in order to achieve or get to the next level, whatever that may be for you. So it is really all about discipline in a sense.
Yeah, I've always admired your discipline, and that is why I was like, okay, when you went into yoga, I was like, I see it because you are just so easily. Like, what's the last pose called? And you're like really supposed to like meditate and not think about anything. And
Shavasana.
Yes. And I was just like, that's you in a word. Because you know how to literally like block out the rest of the world and just be like, this is what I want to do. This is what I'm going to do. And none of you are going to bother me or distract me.
Oh, well, thank you.
So speaking of Shavasana, what is your favorite yoga pose?
I think my favorite yoga pose, it might be a tie. It's definitely a headstand is my favorite.
Wow.
But
I would fall.
Once you actually get the foundation of it, it's actually not that bad. So definitely a headstand. And then also there's a pigeon pose, or
I like pigeon pose.
Yeah, or king pigeon too. That's when you
What's
bring.
What's the king pigeon?
That's when you're like you grab your foot and your arms. So your arms go overhead, and you grab your foot and bring it towards your head.
So it's like a full circle, but on your belly. Okay. I'm gonna try to pigeon pose tonight. The king pigeon.
You have to look it up.
I'm gonna tell my boo we finna do the king pigeon. I'm gonna go to bed. No, sorry, I'm kidding. But that really does sound interesting. I'm not even being funny because I've done, like I do work out. I'm being funny, but I do work out. I'm way more consistent than I was in my early 20s. Like last year I started going crazy. Like I was going 6 days a week. I was like, and then just even like I'm an Aries, so I realized that us getting out that aggression and that sweat every day is just better for my mental health. So it's something that I do so that I'm a better person. And so some days though I don't feel like going all working out, so I'll do a little yoga routine, like, and I've even, please drop your handle, and letting people know, because you'll be doing these little 30-second reels that'll show you like morning yoga poses. And I'll be like, you know what? I'm just going to do that today. And, I don't got it in me to work out, but at least I'm going to get my yoga in today. And so those are super helpful, especially your morning ones. I started to do those while I did like my morning affirmations and the combo. It's the little combo. Nice. It sets your day off right.
Well, you know what? The funny thing about those, the first one I ever did was because it was like a couple months after I had turned 30. And I was joking with myself, like, this is crazy. I just turned 30. And like every time I get out of bed now, I'm feeling stiff. Like,
Mm-hmm.
But it was also like, I think a combination of other things, you know, because last year we were in a lockdown and everything because of the pandemic. So then I was like, well, you know, I'm gonna do these moves. And then I was like, well, you know, I guess I'll record it and then put it on Instagram. Like, why not? I'm not doing anything else. And then I got like a really good response from it. So then I started thinking of other ideas of what people may want or need to do in the morning. So that just developed into or snowballed into like its own thing. But
Yeah, now you are so do you do that often on TikTok? Like do you cuz it's very TikTok-y.
no, I don't even have a TikTok.
You don't?
Well,
Oh.
you know what? I'm lying a little bit because I created an account like 2 years ago, and I think I put like maybe 1 or 2 posts on there, but you know now it's evolved into like TikTok for business and stuff, and I'm like I don't know, I don't know where to start there. So
Well, I think if you were to get one and you were to do those, they might be successful because TikTok has a way different algorithm. I will say that. Like what I've posted a TikTok on Instagram and it hasn't gotten as much love. Now, mind you, my Instagram followers know me for the most part. The TikTok people will just like stuff or support it and they don't even know you or follow you. So you'll have strangers. I had more likes on TikTok and I was like, wow, I don't even have any followers, but I have more likes just because of the algorithms of TikTok. So I encourage you to explore it. You never know. We gotta get with the times because we are in our 30s. It's like all these young kids love TikTok.
That's what's kind of blocking me too, because when I got on there, I was just like, this looks
it's
like
intimidating. It's intimidating
made for a 16-year-old. Like I think that's how adults may have felt when we were on MySpace or like the start of Facebook before, grandma and grandpa got on there.
Definitely. Definitely. So before we go, I do want to ask you, I want to get into the weekly watch list. What have you been watching? What kind of stuff do you watch? And maybe if you don't have time to watch TV, do you read? Do you listen to podcasts?
So lately I haven't been watching like recent shows. I'm starting to get into Queen of the South. I was put on by a couple of people, and I was like, you know what? Let me just start. It's on Netflix, so I'm on season 2. I was watching Snowfall, which I love that show, and also randomly I stumbled upon what is this? The Jersey Shore family vacation.
Oh,
thing.
okay. That we love a good guilty pleasure reality.
That's how I feel every time I tune in. I'm like, I don't know if I should be watching this, but
it's garbage. But you know what? Sometimes you just need a little bit of garbage. I feel you 100%. I have been reading. This book will teach you how to write better. This is what I've been reading. It's super. I'm actually almost done because it's thin. But there's a ton of information in there because I want to pick up new styles of writing. I just like to write, but I just am always trying to pick up. I'm trying to get into grant writing and all this stuff. So I'm learning all these new things. Yeah, I'm learning all these new things because you're only the one, and I'm having the same experience. I just turned 30, and I feel like I'm starting. My bones is getting brittle, and it's time to do something new. So thank you for coming and joining me. Please tell everybody how to find you, how to join you, what you got going on. Tell us more about the marketing company you just joined.
Yeah, so so there's going to be more information on that. It's called Flowwell. It's going to be a platform for yoga instructors or wellness leaders to grow their business, acquire new business, and all that stuff. So just still in the working stages, but soon to come. And also you can find me on Instagram right now. I am working on my website, but it's going to launch. I'm going through this whole rebranding phase. So my Instagram now is Ayana Knows Well. That's AYANA Knows Well, like knows wellness. So
yes, because you do. Well, thank you so much for coming. It was such a pleasure to have you. And you are my last guest of Before Summer Break. So this is actually my last episode before I take a hiatus for the summer and rebrand myself and get myself together and travel. I'm going a few different places. So
catch those flights.
Yes, we got to. We only live once, and now we're 30. You know, I just can't stress it enough. Like, we don't have no time to waste. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you everybody who has tuned into this season of What's the Word. It's been a blast. Let's do a toast. Grab your water. Let's do a toast.
This big water jug. This looks crazy.
Let's do a toast. And then we are going to say goodnight for the night. And you guys are going to go watch my girl Queenie at 10 p.m. for Unfiltered. And I might go to the club. So you know what? If you in Springfield, go to the club tonight. Because I might be in that bitch. And you owe me a shot for my season finale. No, sir. But thank you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, love you guys. I will see y'all in September. Thank you for tuning in to What's the Word. Make sure you guys follow Ayana at Ayana Knows Well. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.